Hey, today I'm going to show you how to insulate your garage door. And I did two panels already, and those are these two right here. And very, very solid. This over here would be what the garage door was like before. Here that sounds like a drum. Very afraid, actually you see a few dents already in there a little bit. I was very afraid that if the kids, threw a basketball or something at it, that it would dent pretty easy. So plus the insulation value. So now there's the insulated version. All right, guys, just wanted to make this part before it got too dark. We'll see ya when we're building. So here is a sample of the first two panels I did, and the styrofoam I bought from Home Depot actually had it's an R8 value, and it has the silver reflective on the back, which is great if you're, it's going to be bouncing the heat or the cold back in this way, whichever way you're using. So, all right, guys, I'm going to show you next how I do the relief cuts so I can actually get these tucked in there. So if you can tell, I wanted to get the insulation under the lip there, and top and bottom. So what I did is I measured my panels, and I actually had Home Depot this time cut the panels to the strip size. Here are the pieces that I bought from Home Depot. That's 3 panels of 4x8. About $18 a piece. It's going to take 4 panels to complete this job, but I actually cut my first ones with the circular saw, and I asked them if they were able to cut this at Home Depot, and the guy said yes, and then he pulled out this knife, this saw that kind of looked like a bread knife, and he sat there with the square and cut all these up for me. So I don't know if your Home Depot will do that for you or not. You can for sure ask, and then they actually give you a way that you can tell them how they did on the receipt. Please, if you have somebody, he spent an hour cutting all these. So if somebody spends an hour of their time, please give them a review and find the manager, tell them how good of a job they did. So next, I'm going to show you exactly how I cut these relief cuts. You could probably do it with a circular saw, but I'm actually going to do it on the table saw. And I'm going to cut one side and flip it around and cut the other side, and I'll do that for all the panels, and then I'll move the fence on the table saw. So now I'm actually going to cut it down to width. I definitely didn't have that poor soul at Home Depot cut down the width, just the length. So I'm going to do this. I'm going to run 6 panels right now on the same size, and then my garage door is actually these inside panels here are not as wide as the outside. So before you go cut all the widths, double check. So one little tip is be careful and even double check your squareness, because as you can see here, my friend from Home Depot was a little off. So if you get an edge that kind of looks, oh, that one's not so bad, but if you need to kind of straighten it, what I've been doing is just using the driveway as a big piece of sandpaper. And there you go, straighten it right up. Alright guys, so here comes the fun part. We've got our panels that have all been relief cut, either with a circular saw or table saw. The next part is going to be our foam. Now this is the great stuff. It's the gaps and cracks, and I know I probably should be using the window stuff because it doesn't expand as much. But what I'm going to do here is I'm just going to put a thin layer in all the corners, because that's just going to fill up the little gaps. And then I'm going to put a little bit on any of the areas that are not raised. So these boxes are raised, so I'm going to put a little bit here, 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 and on the inside. That way, when the foam comes in, it'll expand to it, fill in some of those cuts, and then give it good rigidity from the outside. All right, here we go. I'm going about ½ inch thick, because this is going to expand. And just a little bit on those areas I was talking about. Sorry about that, around that space. So now, what I would probably do is get a few panels done with the foam, because you don't want to let that dry up. But so now I'm going to stick this in. I'm going to stick it in the bottom. Make sure everything looks good here. Stick it in the bottom. And remember, the foam is very messy, very sticky. It's hard to even get off of your skin. So I'm going to show you guys an awesome way to clean that up. So if you can see right here, I'm flexing it so I can fit it in the panel. And then I just kind of push up on it. And I'm just going to work it in a little bit for that foam. And that panel is installed. And here's the finished product. All done. Everything's pretty much cleaned up. All the insulation got tucked in behind. Nice and clean. You guys? Alright, so this is the first one, and my only, hopefully, for a while. But the job is done. All the insulation is up and sealed. And the expanded foam is doing its job. Everything's nice and firm. So guys, thank you for watching this. I hope you learned how I did it. I'm not saying it's the only way or even the right way, but it's just the way I got it done for my garage. Remember, this is an R8 value now of insulation. If you found value in this, let me know. Like it, comment, share. That's how I know that you enjoyed this video. All right, have a great day until the next project. Take care.